everyone, and this is Swastika, and I welcome you to Krunch Media. Well, today, this video is special because today with me, it's not just me, it's a medical business consultant who is joining us on board to let us know more about marketing and its strategies.
When we talk to someone like a business consultancy and when we add word called medico to it, what happens is that this is first time in India which we are trying to do. Couple of companies that have worked into marketing and as well as into sales role. Almost 65% of population in India is around less than 35 years of age.
So I welcome Mr. Sujat and thank you for joining us today. So can you please introduce yourself to the people who don't know you?
Hi friends, hi Swastika.
Hi.
First of all, thank you very much for inviting me today for this program. So basically, I'm Shujat. We have started an organization called Connect. Connect works as a medico business consultancy services. So we have started it around 3 years back, and today we have around 12 hospitals for which we are providing the consultancy services, and there are 17 individual doctors for whom we are providing this service.
Wow.
So we are doing quite well, and it's a unique thing in itself.
Yeah. So could you please elaborate what is medico business consultancy?
Swastika, what happens is that when we talk to someone like a business consultancy and when we add word called medico to it, what happens is that this is first time in India which we are trying to do. To explain it, what exactly has happened is that around 3 to 4 years back when we were sitting a fine day, I thought we have to do something unique which nobody has did in India. So when we thought, we understood that when we take into consideration the doctors, like example, irrespective of their specialty, whether he is a surgeon, whether he is a cardiologist, whether he is a pulmonologist, whether he is a general practitioner, in their entire curriculum, they have been taught the science. The science has been in the curriculum, but nobody teach them how to do the business management. When I say business management, I'm not quote unquote, I'm not saying about the business as a profession, medicine, I'm not saying it's a business. But once you try to start a hospital, now when you start a hospital, you need investment to put into that hospital. You have the profits and loss connected to that hospital. So whenever there is a profit and loss which is there, which is connected to any of the profession, then it will come under the umbrella of business. So my point is, medical business consultant doesn't mean that medicine is a business. It is about the understanding the ethics, and in that ethics, how you grow your name, how you grow your fame, and how you attract the patients to come and get consulted at your hospital or to you as an individual. That is where we have thought we should do something, we should start something which is unique in itself. And today we are providing services like digital marketing to the doctors, physical marketing, online, offline marketing, strategizing, brand image building. We do lab audits, we do pharmacy audits, we work on revenue optimization, we do from pin to aeroplane, whatever it comes in the profession for a doctor to serve him intact, to serve him to the patients. So we help him in that particular aspects.
Wow, wow. That's really incredible actually. Something new, something fresh to the market. So I would like to know more about your experiences in marketing because this is something new you have come across, right? But this is not the first thing you're doing. You have started long back. So please talk about your experiences, your journey, about how it is. How has it been?
Experiences, if I say, Swastika, I would not say by the grace of God. I would say, unfortunately, I got an experience of marketing when I was 15 years of age. I lost my father at that early age. So the moment I lost him, the responsibility of the family was on my shoulders. So I have been forced to work as a part-timer. So I was going for the college inter first year, and at the same time, I was doing a part-time professional job at a clinic.
Okay.
Which was a medical profession.
Yeah.
So what happened there? I worked for around a year, and I was continuing my education. Then from there, the clinic got developed and started the hospital. Now there at hospital, I started doing marketing for the hospital.
Okay.
Now for a couple of years, around I worked as a marketing executive for the hospital. During that course, I was into my graduation, completed my graduation. Then I went into pharmaceuticals.
Okay.
When I was into pharmaceuticals, I also applied for a MBA. Then I completed MBA. During I was working for a pharmaceuticals, and I worked for companies like Lupin. I was a part of Novartis. I
Okay.
worked for Zydus,
Okay.
and in the capacity of until the national manager, I have moved up to Fusion Healthcare. So couple of companies I have worked into marketing and as well as into sales board. Then after working for all this, it was around 15 years of experience which I've spent into pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
Then around I've thought that okay, to start something which is very unique, as I said.
Yeah.
So started my own medical business consulting services, which is called as Connect.
Wow. This was not easy, but yes, you're going great.
Yes.
You're doing great. So sir, like I would want to know that in this journey, of course, it's not smooth. You cross we have a roller coaster journey in our lives. We see ups and downs. So what were the challenges? What were the worst challenges you came across throughout your journey, or you would try to tell us more about the dark phases of your journey?
If I say you dark phases or if I say you challenges, I would not say challenge, but I will say that see what happens, Mastika, every challenge brings an opportunity to us.
True.
So what happens for me, those challenges at that particular time, it was a challenge for me or it was a difficulty for me. But when I turn back today and see through those challenges or difficulties, I feel that those were the opportunities which made me what I am today.
Yeah.
Like example, my first challenge I will tell you, and this I'm giving a message to all the people who are working in sales and marketing, specifically in pharma industry. What happened here? I was not a student from a science background.
Okay.
I was an arts background student.
Okay.
Though I did my marketing MBA in marketing, then also I did my diploma in brand management through MICA, Mudra Institute of Communication from Ahmedabad. But having said that, still I was not a science student, and this profession needs science graduates.
Okay. Yes.
What happened? Take it as a message. If you are not a science graduate, you will perform much better than the science graduates because you know that you have to put more efforts. Because what happened, if a science student is there, complacency gets created in their mind because they are from science background, they will not work on the improvement areas. But if somebody who is passionate enough, somebody who has the desire to be successful, he always works and keep on improving in skills. So because I was not a science student, I put my more efforts into understanding the science, and that has given me an edge as compared to the other colleagues who are there with me who were from a science background. I'm not saying that I was better than them or something like that, but yes, I found that not being a science graduate is a challenge for me, but that became the strength for me when I really thought of proving it that I'm better than, or at least I'm at par with those my counterparts. Then one of the other challenge which I faced in my career, or I would say this company, I would say, understanding that what exactly my customers are going through their journey. Because what happens, we always believe that to become a proper marketer, it's very important to understand the problems of your customers and what solution you can provide to your customers. So to going into their shoes and understanding that different aspects and journeys through which a doctor goes. Like example, if a doctor completes his degree, once he completes his degree, the first thing he want to start is either his clinic or a consult, or going as a consultant some hospital, or starting up own hospital. Whatever it is, he need a proper setup.
Yeah.
He need a proper accreditations. He need a licensing works. All these things.
Yeah.
I was astonished and surprised to see that the charges which has been charged to the doctors in terms of licenses, in terms of accreditations, in terms of setup. Simple vendors are charging 2 times, 3 times more than what the actual cost is, because they feel that a doctor is something who can pay them anything.
Okay.
And because he doesn't have time to look into all this, he also fail in paying them the extra charges based on what is actually the price. So that is where I have understood that these are the challenges which a doctor faces. And today I feel that we are quite efficiently able to resolve those challenges to the doctors who are associated with us.
Okay.
So I would say these are opportunities. These are opportunities which I got. Those are not challenges.
Yeah.
These are the learnings and opportunities, Swastika.
Yeah. So basically you're making a path for doctors, for life saviors easy.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh my god. So ये जो you said about medical work, business consultancy. So think is in the field of medical staffs, what are the loopholes? What are the mistakes that one can do?
So I think I would not say it's a mistake, but see, I'll just give you one example.
Mm.
We say that every individual, whether it's a human being or whether it's a product or a company or anything, they have their own growth cycle. So for hospitals also, when I say hospital, it's a professional thing, clinic or hospital,
Yeah,
whatever it
yeah.
is. There is a HGC which is there. HGC is, we term it as hospital growth cycle.
Okay.
Now, when we say about hospital growth cycle, what happens is that there are different stages in this growth cycle. The stage one, which we say, is a groping stage.
Okay.
Groping stage is a stage where you have just started your hospital or you are going to start your setup. You are not very clear what exactly you have to do in this, what specialty you have to bring, what exactly, how should be the recruitment, what kind of people,
Yeah.
whether I am starting at a right place, right location. All these questions are there in your mind. So that's the groping stage. Once you clear this groping stage, then you will move on to the other stage, which is called as early success. Now, in this early success, what happens? You want people who are going to be trustworthy.
Yeah.
It could be anyone. It could be your friend,
Yeah.
friend's relative whom you want to keep as an employee. It could be someone from your village you want to bring and keep at reception. It could be someone. Their talent doesn't matter. There
Trust
you want
matters.
people whom you can trust. That is where the early stage, early success works. Then comes the third stage where growth acceleration starts. Growth acceleration, you don't want trust at that particular time, because at your early success stage, you are going to put systems and processes in it. So once the system and processes are in place, you don't need trustworthy people. You need people who are talented. That doesn't mean that talented people can't be trustworthy. But the criteria of recruitment should not be only trust.
Yeah.
While recruiting at that stage, you only thought about taking people whom you can trust, whom you know, or something like that. But in this stage, it's not about you knowing them. It's about whether they know the business properly or not. It's
Yeah.
about people who have talent. So that's a third stage, which is called as growth acceleration. Once you go into growth acceleration, then comes the fourth stage, which is called as reorientation stage. What happens in this stage is that there are people who are talented, and talented people have their own dreams, talented people have their own ambitions, they want to achieve something much in life. So they will not be very satisfied with the things going on probably over a period of time.
Yeah.
So at that time, you need to reorient the things in a such a way that you hold the talent with you.
Yeah.
Then comes the fifth stage, which is called as corporatization, where you put up branches, you put
Yeah.
up, you grow, you
Yeah.
put up branches in another states, another country, or whatever it is. It's a corporatization. And the final stage is the liberalization, where the father has started and now son has to take care of the business from there. Out of these 6 stages, most of the hospitals which we have met or we have spoken, or most of the doctors with whom we have met, we have found that almost 70% are failing between this stage 2 and stage 3, or I would say 2 to 4. There are certain places where the hospital is in the growth acceleration stage, but the reliability is still on the trustworthy people and there is no talent in that organization. We have seen the hospitals where they are into the fourth stage of reorientation, but some of the reorientation is not happening, and the people who are talented are leaving, and the recruitment is starting from the scratch.
Scratch.
So that is where most of the organizations fail. So we have to hold on the second to fourth stage to become successful.
Yeah.
So that's very, very important to understanding that particular cycle, because each stage you need to have something different.
Yeah.
So that's how we try to analyze it, then try to address it. Swastika.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, having the keen interest on things. Yeah. My next question is that, of course, the journey, as we are talking about the journey, you must have experienced the transition in marketing. Then the marketing was different. The ways of marketing was different. The pathways, the tools were different. But today we have digital. We are surrounded by digital things. Social media is our first tool that we can be a go-to tool to us. So, in your journey, how have you seen things changing, or how things were now? Is it easier for you to market your product, or then it was easy? Or if it is easy, then what was the transition? I want to know more about the transition in your journey of marketing from traditional to digital.
Swastika, if I talk about the transition from traditional to digital. Firstly, we'll come on to the transition.
Yeah.
See, our forefathers, I don't know how long back, but at that time we used to hear that the pigeons used to send a message from one place to other. Then came the era of telegram, writing a letter. My father used to work in an abroad country, and my mother used to write a letter to him. And that letter, when she writes today, it goes to reach him somewhere around after 20 days, 25 days. Sometimes it takes a month also.
Yeah.
So that is how. But the affection and the connect which that letter had was enormous.
Yes.
Then the era came where the information and all these things are being provided through the newspapers, through the television news, all these things. And now today, it's on every mobile, every phone. Even the newspaper has been digitized.
Yeah.
Now, what we have to understand, Swastika, in this entire aspect is that where we are marketing the product. Now, if you see the entire population of India, almost 65% of population in India is around less than 35 years of age. That means we are getting a clear indication that almost out of this 35%, at least if I remove rural from it, at least 27 to 28% of populations are using the smart mobiles.
Yes.
Now, each and every smart mobile has a app service. Each and every smart mobile has anything which goes through digital, whether it could be Facebook, whether it could be YouTube or Insta or anything else. So this transition has happened, but the challenge is that each and every one can now advertise whatever they want to, but are they making it a brand? Advertising something is different, and making that product into a brand again is different. So advertising is something which you can advertise through putting up some pennies or making something and just saying that we are here. But making that particular product and turning it into a brand, that takes a real skill, that takes a real challenge. So advertising,
social media is not just the only tool to make it a brand.
It's not. Social media is a tool to advertise yourself. Social media can give you a presence, but to make it a brand is a trust, brand is a promise, which a individual, a prospect, a customer believes in. So making it a brand is a bigger journey. Making ourselves available and knowing to the public or reaching to the public became very easy. But it is also equal to your competitors also. Do not think that you only have the opportunity for it. There are competitors. So it's equal for everyone. But there is only one person who can become a brand leader. So that is where the journey actually lies in, not only advertising.
Okay. So what else, like apart from advertising, what things are there? What other things are there in the process of making my product available or visible?
See, if we understand the proper, the basic of marketing, Swastika, many of my friends or you people also will be knowing about it, that marketing stands on 5 P's. It's about people, it's about product, it's about pricing, it's about place, it's about promotion. In that, the promotion comes the last.
Like in politics, people say ना कि जनता से हम हैं. So is that branding में भी जनता से हम हैं?
हाँ, जनता से हम हैं. लेकिन वो जनता सबसे पहले स्टार्ट होती है हमारे खुद की कंपनी के एम्प्लॉय से. What I always believe that when we say company, there are many people. When we talk to different our clients in the hospitals and doctors also, when we say them the organization or company, what I want to tell them, you see the definition of a company in the dictionary. You will find that a company is equal to group of people. It's never walls. It is never walls. It's about people. So a company is formed by the people. It's like democracy, by the people, to the people, and for the people. So companies also stands by the people, for the people, and to the people. If we believe in that ethics of forming a team, then from people the product also comes. Because if there is only product, then you will end up. There are many people who started trying. For example, there are some products who are online, and they are only online. There is no people behind it. People feels like that, but there is a warehouse for those products also. There is a designer. There is a person who is sitting there back end and working on each and every part also. So there is nothing in this world can work only with machines. Even machines are also prepared by man. So people are very important. The जनता, outside की जनता एक अलग है जो आपके customers में होगी. But first is your internal customer, which is the people of your own company.
I want you to explain that if we have a product in the market, so how are we going to differentiate from the competitors and make it visible in the market?
differentiating a product from the competitor. Now, for that, first it starts from the mindset. Now, the product which we have, first of all, we have to believe in our mind that okay, our product is better than comparison to the competitor product. Now, when I say if there are two similar products, now I'm talking about product is not only
This
about.
you're saying when remembering that our competitor is a brand.
Yeah, our competitor is a brand.
Okay.
Now, a product is a bundle of benefits.
Yeah.
But apart from those bundle of benefits, there are many other elements which are attached to the product.
Yeah.
Like when we say it, positioning,
Mm.
the segmentation,
Mm.
the targeting, and also the unique selling point of that particular product.
Yeah.
And then comes the most important element for any product is service. Today, most of the people who are going ahead with the product is not because what the product gives them.
Yeah.
It's more about the services which the products give them. For example, if Maruti, we say that Maruti stands number one in terms of selling, it's not about the value which Maruti gives in terms of purchasing the vehicle. It's about the service which is being provided by the Maruti in terms
Yeah.
after selling the vehicle. If there is a service or a better service which is attached to the product, then obviously the product becomes a brand. So it's a service which we have to focus. Coming to the part of the basics of products in compared to competitor, then we have to understand the proper segmentation, positioning, and targeting of the products. Most of them, what happens, a X product is targeted to an audience which is not actually into that particular product. And very important is change. You have to change according to the customers which you are focusing on. Like example, if we take a model of Nokia, if we take an example of BlackBerry, what happened to those brands?
Yeah.
It is because they have not changed according to the situations. People were running behind the smartphones, and Nokia doesn't change itself into that particular category.
Yeah.
And somewhere when it was a brand leader, slowly it got wiped out of the market.
Yeah.
So it's very important to focus on the segmentation, positioning, targeting, and most importantly, believing that okay, your service and your products are going to be better than the competitor. That thought process itself will give you the stages in the product cycle where you will make it a brand one day.
Okay.
It's a process.
It's a process. Okay. And it needs dedication.
Yes, absolutely. Dedication is what lies in.
Yeah. If I'm allowed to take an example, so there are some kind of moment marketing going on around us. Like recently we saw that Blinkit came up with ki दूध मांगोगे दूध देंगे with a banner. Then again, so Zepto or Zomato, Swiggy, they came up ki तुम दूध मांगोगे हम तुम्हें खीर देंगे, making it better for the customers कि तुम जितना मांगते हो हम उससे ज़्यादा करके देंगे. That ideology, how impactful it is today, because हम कितना चाहते हैं, like what are the expectations do we need, like and what level of expectation does a brand needs to cover to make us inclined towards them.
Swastika, you're talking about movement marketing. I believe that this movement marketing somewhere, I cannot comment on the big houses like Swiggy or Zomato. They are big platforms, they are big companies. So I'm very small person to comment on them. But what I feel is that somewhere this movement marketing is also giving us the over promising kind of a content. Like example, if suppose as you said, दूध मांगो खीर देंगे, यार I would have asked Dood to make a cup of tea.
Yeah.
And he served me kheer. I'm just giving an example.
Yeah.
But with kheer I cannot make a tea. So my purpose of taking the dood itself is not getting sufficed.
Yeah.
So it's not about giving what customer today, what happens is that the customer want exactly what he wants for that particular thing. So over promising. For example, if Swiggy says something like this, for example, if I've ordered a khichdi, तुम खिचड़ी मांगो मैं बिरयानी दूंगा, अरे I want to eat खिचड़ी only. You serve me खिचड़ी.
Yeah.
So that is something like I don't understand that how this movement marketing is going to help, but it could be in terms of services, yes.
Yeah.
Services, yes.
Okay.
But in terms of product, I don't think this is going to be a big hit. But having said that, there are different class of customers we have. Some customers think very logically.
Yeah.
For them,
Yeah.
it will become not a hit. But some customers think from emotions.
Yeah.
Their entire thinking process goes with heart, not with brains. So for them, it's going to hit. But I don't know what is the ratio of those kind of customers. How many things from the heart and how many things from the brain? I'm not very clear. But for me, if you ask personally, movement marketing is good when it comes to servicing part,
Okay.
not with the product.
Okay. So, being in this field has given you a lot of question and answers to your queries, to your journey, to your career. So, I want you to tell our viewers that what is the unique selling point our marketer should have to exist in this career or to be a good marketer.
Swastika, to be a good marketer, I believe to be a good marketer, you have to follow a formula which is called CCIM. CCIM stands for C stands for circumstances, the other C stands for concern, the I stands for impact, and the B stands for benefit. So to become a good marketer, you have to understand the circumstances of your client, what concerns he is facing through, or what concerns he is having, what is the impact which you are going to make with your product, and what the benefits which you are going to give to him to address his concerns. So if you understand this cycle with your product relating to the customer, or the problem which he has, or the whatever it is, so then obviously you will become a good marketer. Without understanding, it's not only this formula relies not only on the product or marketing, it relies in every relationship in our life. Whether it could be a discussion with our parents, whether it could be a wife and husband relationship, whether it could be a children, father, whoever it is, understanding the CCIM formula, that circumstances, concern, impact, and benefit, is always helpful to become a successful individual or a professional. So any marketer, understand the circumstances or understand the client first. That will give you a clear picture that what solution he requires. Think about it. And the most important aspect of any marketer is to listen. It's not to speak first, it's to listen first. If you listen, then only you will understand the problems of your customer. So listen first, observe first, then try to get a solution for their particular problems. So listening is something which is very important to become a good marketer.
Yeah, it is always said that a good listener is a good speaker.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, I will shoot a scenario to you, and the scenario is that we have our company, we are launching some company, okay, and with a new product in a highly competitive market. Now, how can we create a unique positioning and attract eyes on us?
If I understand your question, is that you are launching a product, a new product, but not a unique product. It's a new product.
Yes, it's a new product.
In a Me Too market.
Yeah.
In a Me Too market, where already the products are there.
Are there.
Now, you want to stand alone and become a brand in that particular segment. That is what your question is?
Yes.
Okay.
Is standing alone possible?
Yes, it is possible.
Okay.
It is possible. Because what we say is, like, again, when I say product is a bundle of benefits. Now, if I say the same thing about Byju's, how many learning platforms may be available in India? Almost there are 10, 15 whom we don't know.
Yes.
Don't know. But Byju's stand alone. But Byju's was not the first one. Google was not the first one. It was Bing who came as a website search engine, but it was not a success. Google became success. So this is something like when we take a product and go into a Me Too market, it's not that we cannot be a brand or standalone. We can definitely become a brand. We can become a standalone. There are hundreds of examples like that. Hundreds of examples. It only depends upon, again, going back to the formula of CCIM, who understands his customer in a better way. Then comes what is the benefit my product is going to give them. Then comes how good I am communicating to my customers about my product. Most of the brands fail because they don't communicate the benefits or the services which a company or a product provides in a better way to the customers, or they don't have the reach to the customers. Like example, if you have an X product which is already there in the market and they are available in 10 different digital platforms, and offline promotion is not there,
Yes.
then obviously if you launch a product, you have to find a gap where that particular product is becoming a hit, and then where is that this product is not doing well. and why it's not doing well. That why it's not doing well will give you the answer to take an edge, because somewhere they have not focused on that particular aspect of online, offline, probably.
Yeah.
So they have not become a hit. But can you do that? And if not, then what is the hurdles? If you try to remove that hurdles, then you will get an edge compared to that particular product. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
So there is always a gap. There is always a no product is. See, what happens is that when we talk about the positionings, I will tell you, positioning is very important. Like example, this is very important for all the audiences, which I want this to understand it very clearly. Like positioning is something which is very very important in life. Like example, if I tell you, I will shoot a rapid to you. You tell me what exactly you feel about it.
Okay.
Suppose if I tell you Lord Saraswati, Goddess Saraswati,
Yeah.
what comes to your mind?
Books.
Books.
Study.
Okay. If I tell you Goddess Lakshmi, what comes to your mind?
Money.
Money. Okay. If I tell you Lord Brahma,
I mean,
creator.
yeah. Creator.
If I tell you Lord Dattatreya,
God.
nothing comes to your mind. The
Yeah.
reason because even gods have the positionings. If you go with wealth, we pay Goddess Lakshmi. If you
Yeah.
want education, if you want knowledge, we go with Goddess Saraswati. If we look something towards the creation or something, we pay Lord Brahma. But at the same time, Lord Dattatreya doesn't have any kind of positioning. Though he is the combination of Lord Vishnu, Shiva and Brahma, but still he doesn't have a positioning. Positioning is something which is very important for a customer's mind. Today, if we say Thanda, matlab, need not to say Coca-Cola, it is obviously Coca-Cola. Just Do It is Nike. Those are the positionings and taglines which they have taken for themselves. So creating that space of positioning in customers' mind is very important, irrespective whether you are in Me Too. Shoes are, there are thousands of companies who make shoes, but still Nike, Puma, or Reebok stands, Adidas stands away from other competitors. It's only about the positioning and the brand building which they have done over a period of time, which makes the brand hit. So Me Too is not a challenge. In fact, I always feel when there is a product which is in Me Too industry, then the buzz is already around the product. You need not to create anything new from the product. It's only about how better you are going to communicate about your product and how visible you are. So it's all about the game is all about that visibility.
So as you gave me this thing that you have to have a position.
Yeah.
So that does this also mean that I have to be totally different from someone else?
You have to be different. You have to be different. Because see, if you don't,
So, for example, I'll give you this example. For example, if my product is an online product, for example, I have an app, okay, an app which delivers groceries, just like which many apps are already doing. There are brands available.
okay,
So, how am I different then?
see, you are different. Like you might be knowing about Swiggy,
Yes.
Big Basket.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll give you my own example.
Mm.
I want a grocery
Mm.
to be ordered
Mm.
through some app.
Mm.
I ordered it through Big Basket.
Mm.
It delivered me the grocery in around 6 to 8 hours.
Okay.
I was happy with that.
Yeah.
Suddenly, I saw that Swiggy Instamart is delivered in 30 minutes.
Mm. And blink it in just 10 minutes.
So, same product,
Yeah.
same app,
Yeah.
but services differs.
Okay. Okay.
So, product again, I am saying you the product doesn't end with the product. It doesn't end with that benefits.
Yeah.
It's beyond that.
Beyond
To
that.
create a difference, you have to go up to the end user, up to the end way of that particular product.
Mm.
Until the service. Even I tell you that I have seen few people, like example, if you see someone who is coming from a courier services, which is I don't want to name any brand,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
someone like coming from Blue Dart, for
Yeah.
example,
Yeah.
or someone who is coming from DHL,
Mm.
or someone who is coming from an X on track or something like that. You might have seen even the on track doesn't respond to your calls.
Yeah.
That's service. And when you want to do some booking or something like that, if you feel that the service should be best, you will never go with someone who doesn't give you response.
Yeah.
The kind of hiring which they do, the
Mm.
kind of people which they take,
Mm.
are they prompt? It goes to the minute of the details, how company should be built, how product should be built. They go to the minute of the people recruitment. Until that part, they go, okay, will this person will deliver my product with a good desire, good passion, dedicated timing, punctuality. Do this particular employee has it in, up to that level? The hiring is done. So it's not about being me too. It's not about having a product which is there already there in the market.
Yeah.
It's beyond that. The more the product is in me too, services demands increases that much. So you have to improve on your services. Now, when you talk about online, for example, suppose let us take the example of an online company who is doing advertising, for example, some advertisement. Or let us take I will give you one more example. A company who does a registration work, like example, brand registration work. There are many companies you will see on an online platform. You will get 4 or 5. When you put up a registration form, you will get online.
Yeah.
Even in that also, you will see few companies who responds to you in a fraction of minutes and who be with you for a years together. By intimating you, by telling you, okay, what best could be done. They will guide you. They will be counselors to tell you what is best to be done. And apart from that, other services, if you want, they will attach those services to you. And there are other people who doesn't respond. Now they are into same online, they are into same business, they are doing the same quality of work, but still the services differs. And why will I not go with someone who is responding from their end?
Yes.
So that's something which speaks a volumes about the company.
Yeah. Wow. Services matters. Yeah. Okay. So I would like to give you another scenario. So the scenario is that our competitor, whichever brand or product we have, our business competitor recently launched a new marketing campaign. Okay, that has gained significant attention, a major attention. So how should we, being available in the market, but is like people aren't able to see us, how should we respond effectively to stay in that competition?
So Asik, what I feel marketing is like a remix. It's like a remix. You have to take the best practices of the industry. You have to remix it in such a way and add some notes to it, add some lyrics to it, add some rap to it.
Just like a constitution.
Just like that. So you have to do some kind of manipulation. Manipulation is not a good word; it's a negative word. But you have to do some changes in that, then represent it in a new packaging.
Okay.
So always it's better to take the best practices from the industry and introspect yourself. Okay, what you are lacking.
Okay.
For example, if you say you have launched a new product but you are not visible, like your competitor, then obviously the answer lies in itself. Answer lies in the question itself. You are not visible. So somewhere you are lacking which your competitor is doing, you are not doing it. In spite of doing, if you are not visible to the competitor, it cannot happen like that. Because the platform where they are visible, if you are also available, then obviously the person has the eyes to see it.
Yeah.
So there is somewhere something is lacking. That you have to look into the introspection of this particular situation needs introspection from the marketing team, that where they are lacking, why it's not happening. That is where I believe introspection is what is required. Somewhere there is a lacuna which we are not going to not able to be parallel to the competitor. If the product is safe.
If the product is
safe.
Okay. So my question is that what tactics or strategies we should implement to to bring on the Z generation or towards us, towards our company, towards our product.
Okay. So Asika, as we have already discussed a while back, okay, we have to understand our customer first. Now, when we look into our product and look into the demographic profile, we see that the demographic segmentation, the psychographic segmentation, all these things has to be considered. We are talking about a country. If the product is there in India, I'm talking about my own country. If we are talking about India, we are talking about the population of around 35 years of approximate age, from 15 to 35 years. At least more than 600 million people are in that particular age group. Now we have to understand how this age group responds to the things. How this Z generation
But
acts.
this whole Z generation is not with the same economy, no? Some are poor, some are, middle class, some are upper class, some are high class.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
you're taking the whole of this generation together?
Yeah. See, what happens is that we are talking about a product which obviously we are not going to target to entire 600 million population.
Yeah.
So it depends upon product to product. For example, if you are talking about a product which is going to be targeted to the upper middle class population, then the strategy will be based on that particular thing like Insta, social media, all these things until up to middle class. Now, if you are going with a product which is not going to be targeted for middle class population or for the upper class population or elite population, and it's going to be for a person who is lesser than, I will not say below poverty line, but it is lesser than the middle class, then obviously there also it works because they also have the smart mobiles. Other generation has those smart mobiles, but I always believe the proper mix of online and offline marketing always is successful rather than based on only online rather than being only on offline. These two, because the more you are visible, sometimes what happens in this new generation or in this new era of marketing, somewhere we are missing the importance of emotions. That's where we are lacking. What happens as a marketer, if I talk to a person one to one, I can give lot many emotions to it. I can pass on my emotion, because when we understand the, like if you read the books principles of marketing, we have been taught that what is selling. If we define selling, we have been told that selling is passing on the enthusiasm from a seller to a buyer. That is what the definition.
The enthusiasm.
That is what the Kotler says, that the passing of enthusiasm from a seller to a buyer is sales.
Okay.
That is what the sales is all about.
Yeah.
Now, this enthusiasm means there is an emotion attached to it. So that emotions, am I be able to pass it through online? If I have digital marketers like Prithvi, for example, then we can able to pass those emotions. But are all marketers able to do it? Is every digital content able to do it? If answer is yes, then it's well and fine. But if not, then you need an individual who pass on that emotion to the customers. So that's where the offline marketing becomes very important. So I believe that a proper mix of variables, proper mix of various things like proper segmentation, proper targeting, proper profiles of the customer, proper positioning of the product, with a proper mix of online and offline campaigns together will able to hit the customer, whether it's X, Y, or Z category.
You just helped me saying that online dating or offline dating my differences. That offline dating is more, it's more emotion. It has more emotions rather than online dating.
What happens? Offline dating has more emotions, but there is a problem with offline dating also. Because until unless you are online dating, you will be in some dreams and some kind of thing. But once you meet offline, probably it may break.
It may break. Yes. Oh my god. Okay. So, oh my god, that's been so interesting. Okay. So let's have a rapid fire round, okay, to make it interesting and wind up nicely and happily. So I'll shoot you some words, and I want you to tell me the first thing that comes in your head. Okay. So the first word is money. Ambani. Okay. Business.
Myself.
Wow. Market.
Huge.
Okay. Media.
Krunch.
Krunch. Okay. Krunch Media. Do subscribe. Okay. Target.
Customers.
Yes. Customers.
Bole wale.
I thought you would say vote bank.
No, I'm not going into politics.
Okay, fine, fair enough. Okay, so I would just want to do this also. That who would you like to marry, kill, and hook up? Okay, so I'll give you this: influencer, brand endorser, and brand ambassador.
Influencer.
You would like to marry. Okay, and kill.
Brand ambassador.
Ambassador. Ouch. Brand endorser, hook up. Okay. Again, marry, kill, hook up. Whom will you marry, kill, or hook up? Travel, job, business.
I will marry job.
Okay. Job. You'll marry job. Okay. Okay.
There is a reason for it.
Okay.
Because I can divorce someone who I can marry.
Ah.
So that is something.
But you know, divorce has alimony.
So that is how it is a penalty. So job I can marry.
Okay.
Hookup, travel.
Travel. Okay.
And the third one was
Kill.
Kill. What was the option?
Business.
Business, no. Again, it's getting
That's
wrong.
yeah.
So then I will marry the business, I will hook up with travel, and I will kill the job.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah. This is fair enough. Yeah. Nice. So by this we have come to the end of questions we had, but it was really interesting to
Thank you.
know how things are. Rather we can implement on us and some other. And this video is going to be helpful for all the people who are in this age or in this mindset that how are we supposed to cope up with the brands or compete them. There are many people coming up with ideas, but they lack their what do you call it, confidence in front of other brands. है ना? कि उनके सामने how can we stand? We with the zero, we with no identity, and they have all of it. How should we stand?
See, when it comes to Swastika, what we should understand is that we have to take examples like David and Goliath. We have to take example like Alexander and Porus.
Yeah.
We have to take an example like the Empire of British and the Mahatma Gandhi.
Yeah.
We have to take examples of those people, countries like Singapore. Yesterday I was reading in a newspaper that the GDP of the Qatar was 4th ranking, and the population of Qatar is 30 lakh plus.
Oh.
The entire population of Qatar is 30 lakh plus only.
Okay,
Still, they are
that's
able to generate so much of economy.
Yeah.
So much of economy. We are a country of more than 135 crores.
We top population.
We can do so much.
Yeah.
And you understand that we are a country which has the youngest population now on earth.
Yeah.
In age population with youngest means what can't we can achieve.
Yeah.
So somewhere the problem is that we have to believe in ourselves. We have to believe that we can achieve whatever we want to do. But having said that, marketing also brings a lot of unethical practices also. We have to always go into the ethics of the practices. We have to be ethical. We have to be honest in our communication. We have to do what best can be done to grow at our industry level and also to the customer's benefit.
Yeah.
So it's all about following the ethics in the marketing. Someone who is ethically doing marketing, then obviously they are going to be succeeded. But if you try to do something which is not ethically right in marketing or sales, then obviously the gains will be short term. It will never be a long term success which you are going to achieve.
True.
So it's all about self belief. It's all about honesty, which we have to practice day in day out in our profession, irrespective whether we are a marketer or a politician.
Yeah. Marketer or a politician. Nice. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us in this interesting, knowledgeable, factual topic. And I hope this video will influence a lot out there sitting and viewing us. And this was Swastika and Krunch on for the day. And I would like to say, do subscribe our channel Krunch Media for more latest updates. And do not forget to tap on that notification button so that you get the notifications. Thank you so much, sir, for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.